welcome to another episode of WoW Wednesday. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you decided to join us. Today is an extra special day. So if you have just a few minutes, put this on pause, put it on your save to watch later list, because there's some really interesting things that I want to show you today. And it's going to take a few extra minutes than what we normally are in our 5 or 6 minute time frame. So first of all, I want to welcome back Brett, who decided to join us for today, because again, it is a very extra special day. And I just want to start out by just saying thank you to everybody that has jumped on board with this podcast, that has volunteered their gifts, be it a story, a testimony, be it we have one gentleman in our media department that has allowed us to use one of his cameras when we're in the church. We have others. I had a lady step up to me the other day and said, whatever you need, let me know, because I want to be a part of this. And so just thank you for that. And so I want to kind of elaborate on that a little bit. I want to share my screen here and show you guys some really amazing things still. So this is our Amadeo Dispatch YouTube page, as you can see, and we have 20 subscribers here, which I'm just like tickled about. I don't know 20 people. I don't have 20 people in my family that is watching this that I've begged, hey, please watch my podcast, please watch the YouTube channel. So in saying that, I want to show something really interesting on YouTube. We are on two different platforms. We're on what's called rss.com, which you can see up there in the top left, which it is the platform that splits the video and the audio and puts it into a podcast format, and it disperses it out to all of these different applications like Spotify, Apple Podcast, Amazon, all of that. And so we'll get to that in just a minute, but we're just going to look at the YouTube channel right now and their analytics. And I'm still learning this. This is all brand new to me. It's been very trial by fire, to say the least. So while that is pulling up, it's showing that we have 370 views on YouTube, just YouTube alone. And in those 370, if you look down there below it, only 41% is in the United States. How crazy is that? How crazy is that? So on our rss.com podcast hosting site, we're going to jump over there for just a minute. We have been downloaded 271 times in a month. You all, today is a month. Today is a month anniversary. On January 28th, Brett and I and our foster recorded our commercial that was broadcasted in church, and you can find that on YouTube. And our first episode actually launched on February 4th. So in a month, we have had a total of 639 downloads. So going back to what we were talking about, only 41% in the US on YouTube. This is just hard for me to wrap my head around. On rss.com, they break it down where it's a lot easier to look at. So this is the map of all of the places. What this map is an IP address that is assigned to every phone. Is that right?
It's usually assigned to a device.
To a device. Okay. So an IP address is assigned to a device. And when that device downloads this podcast, it pings it. We are in, just not in the United States, we are in Brussels, we are in the Netherlands, we are some of these, I don't even know. I'm assuming this is Russia. That looks Russian. I don't know. If you're listening to this and you're saying, yes, I'm in Russia, let us know. Let me know. I would love to hear from you. If you can't speak English, surely you can speak English because you're listening to it in English. Um, Send me an email, amadeo@gmail.com. So we have, I recognize Moldova, Romania. Um, and people are asking me, where all, or is this out? This is the map that I'm looking at. So I have no idea what this is. I think this is China. Does it look like China?
I don't know. I can't read it.
It may be my Temu account. It may have linked me. It may be my Temu people. I don't know. I don't know
This
who they are.
this is the lady who orders so much.
So in the United States, over closer to us, we're in the Dominican Republic. We're also, I thought this one was really cool. San Juan in South America. I don't know anybody in San Juan. Who are you? You want to be friends? I want to be friends. So some other crazy ones, some of them I recognize. I've got friends up in Pennsylvania. I know where they live. I see where they're listening. Harrisburg, shout out to Melissa there. Columbus, Ohio. I don't know anybody in Ohio. Do you know
I've
anybody in
got
Ohio?
kinfolk up there, but I don't know.
Do they know about the
I don't
podcast?
think so.
So, of course, Memphis. This one's me. I'm sure. I don't go back and listen to myself, but I make sure that it's uploaded properly. We've got one, Cabot, which is down here, Mountain Home. And then we're over here in Kansas. Do you know anybody in Kansas?
Just Dorothy and Toto.
So this is the crazy thing. Somebody was listening to us out in the middle of a lake. I thought I was the only one that did that. I thought I was the only one that got on my kayak out in the middle of the water and listened to somebody ramble about something. Most of the time it's murder podcasts. But, you gotta have balance. Spiritual living
Burger.
and murder. So um we have Canada, and we have right here on the Washington Oregon state line. This is, guys, thank you so much for this. And you're probably wondering, well,
Um,
why are you, it's China.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just showing the other side of the map.
Oh, it circles back
Yeah,
around. I got you. Okay.
not flat earth. Not flat earth. So you're probably wondering, well, why are you thanking me? As I said in the commercial, this is y'all's podcast. This is only going to go as far as what you guys are telling other people about it. It's only going as far as what you guys are willing to share about it, what you're willing to share in the podcast. I just say I'm the facilitator. I've said before that this is not my background. I am paramedicine. I have been a civil servant for 21 years. I've been on the ambulance for 16, and I'm just now stepping into education. I've been in that for the past 5 or 6 years. So this technology stuff is very, very new to me. And you're probably wondering, well, how did you get there? And Deanna, on TNT Ignite on last Sunday night, episode will air this coming Sunday afternoon. We talked about release, how we release the gifts that God has given us to other people, how we minister to other people. And I just want to say that this is my way of releasing. And it's not that, I was saying, well, God, I've got this special ability and I can log online and I can type in and upload a video. It wasn't like that. Where this came from was from Isaiah 6, 8, and 10. Do you want to read that?
6, 8 through 10.
Mm-hmm.
And then I heard the Lord asking, whom shall I send as a messenger to his people? Who will go for us? I said, here I am, send me. And he said, yes, go and stay and say to the people, listen carefully, but do not understand. Watch closely, but learn nothing. Harden the hearts of the people, plug their ears and shut their eyes. That way they will not see with their eyes, nor hear with their ears, nor understand with their hearts, and turn to me for healing.
So on last WoW Wednesday, I talked about being sent on a mission trip where I went to New York. And maybe that's not your story. That's not how my story started out. My story started out in a church at 14 years old, asking God, what what can I do? What can I do to bring you joy and to spread your word? And throughout the years, I'm not saying I'm perfect by any means, but people know. I've had several people tell me, I want what you have. I want that little that little spark, that Jesus that's in you, because people see that. And so that has developed into other capacities. Now, I've been on several mission trips and I plan on going on several more, but we had a pastor several years ago, Pastor R.T. Mason, that said, you're fishing for men. Don't ever forget that. No matter where you're at, you're fishing for men. And he always said, start in your pond. Don't go over the big pond. Go over the little pond and fish from there. This is my fishing. I didn't expect to be in Russia. I didn't expect to be in Brussels. Honestly, what I said earlier, I've got my aunt in Texas and a sister in Texas. And I figured those two people and our members of our church would be the ones that would watch and that would get the most out of this. But this is this is exploding. That's 639 downloads in 30 days.
Mhm.
So, how can you send the message out today? Is it hugging your neighbor? Is it giving food to somebody that maybe has lost someone, maybe giving a meal? Is it serving on your staff at church as parking lot duty? What can you do? And you don't have to be a member of a church. You don't have to be a member to participate of our church to participate in this podcast. That was Cash giving his 2 cents in. I would love to talk with you. I would love to hear your story and to see how God has manifested himself to you. Um, Keep bringing questions, keep giving me testimonies, keep giving me ideas. And if you don't know, we are running a contest right now, and the winner gets their slogan used. We're looking for a new slogan for our questions. We're going to do segments of just questions only. We have Testimony Tuesday, Wow Wednesday, TNT Ignite, and we need something for our questions. So, yeah. You have anything to add?
No,
You've been rather quiet.
I have.
He's really tired. So I wanted to give a few updates before we go because I've had some questions and I forget to put them in the other episode. So just an update on our black dog. There really is nothing to update. It's been a month, been over a month, and she's gone.
So,
We have traipsed all over this city looking for her. We got the police called on us. So one we were up at the airport. We had somebody called in a sighting of her, and we were at the airport traipsing around. People got worried what we were doing.
drones were out.
Fire department.
May have been CIA or somebody looking around.
So our best wishes is I'm just telling myself I know God was taking care of her because we've seen her so many times and it's warmer now. It's a lot warmer. It hasn't got below freezing. I'm just hoping somebody picked her up and took her home. That's what I'm telling myself. So second update, I haven't had any questions on this, but I'm just going to update you anyway. Do you know what this is?
Do I know what it is?
Do you know what it is?
Yeah.
Do you guys know what this is? What is it?
The calculator.
Calculator. Yeah. You know what I used to do with this as a kid? Hello? That's might as well that I should be using it now because algebra still is not going well. I'm not passing even with a tutor. I'm at a C. It's not where I want to be,
But it'll survive.
but I'm at a C. So yeah. Any suggestions? Let me know. I'll take them. I'll take your prayers too. So we're gonna get off here. We've ran long enough. We just hope that you guys are getting something out of this. This is the whole reason why we're doing it is for oh, you want to read the next one? Okay.
You want you forget it.
Well, yeah, we can go ahead and read it. So 1 Corinthians 12, 4 through 14. We will elaborate more on this on Sunday afternoon, but this is about your gifts, what your gifts mean.
A spiritual gift is given to each of us so that we can help each other. To one person, the Spirit gives the ability to give wise advice. That's not me.
You don't give wise advice?
To another, the same Spirit gives a message of special knowledge. Uh, the same Spirit gives great faith to another, and to someone else, the one Spirit gives the gift of healing. He gives one person the power to perform miracles and another the ability to prophecy. He gives someone else the ability to discern whether a message is from the Spirit of God or from another spirit. Still another person is given the ability to speak in unknown languages, while another is given the ability to interpret what is being said. It is the one and only Spirit who distributes all of these gifts. He alone decides which gift each person should have. The human body has many parts, but the many parts make us one whole body. So it is with the body of Christ. So it is with the body of Christ. Some of us are Jews, some are Gentiles, some are slaves, and some are free. But we have all been baptized into one body by one Spirit, and we all share the same Spirit. Yes, the body has many different parts, not just one part. If the foot says, if the foot says, I am not a part of the body because I am a hand, that does not make it any less a part of the body. And if the ear says, I'm not part of the body because I am not an eye, one would that make it any less a part of the body? If the whole body were an eye, how would you hear? Or if your whole body were an ear, how would you smell anything?
So where do you think you're in that?
Well, we're not. Let's see. I didn't see anything about parking lot attendant. Of course, I don't guess they had a hot park back then.
Well, Dan and I were
Donkeys.
talking about your gift of cooking, like your gift of, and I know our friend Kelly Thomas, she's hospitality is her thing.
Very, very much.
That's
You want to plan
that
a
was
party? Call Kelly.
yes. I think your gift, of course, is cooking and hospitality, but I also think you just talking. I've said before that you could talk a drowning man into a glass of water, but I think that you have that convincing spirit. You have that.
Well, and you said something earlier about everybody has something that they can do. What you've seen here is me and her and Pastor Stan and Pastor D and a couple folks doing testimonies and stuff. What you're not seeing is all the people in the background who have dropped questions, asked questions, provided equipment, um, helped editing, helped. I mean, there's a ton of people, and that little bit of what they're
Created
doing,
logos.
yeah, what they're doing is just as much a part of sitting in this chair as anything.
Mm-hmm.
And so it takes a whole to make something like this happen. And there's, like I said, there's been a lot of people in the background. I'm kind of the background person. I'm the one in the background making sure things are working right, hanging right, or lit right, or whatever. So normally you won't see me a lot on here, but every now and then she, you know, gets those puppy dog eyes, kind of whimpers a little. And so I guess she's used to Pastor Stan and Pastor D being here, and she gets along with
I
it.
do. I feel like I'm talking to myself. It's not my podcast. I've said that from the beginning. It's not my podcast. And that's what I was saying on Sunday night was that we have been downloaded this many times, and it has increased by 139 since Sunday because we were just below 500. So we've had 139 downloads since Sunday night. So
here's the number one key to promoting this podcast: learn how to spell Amadeo.
yes,
That's been my big deal. So
Amadeo, AMA. Yeah, he said the other day that he shared it with somebody. He told him AME, but it's actually AMA.
AMA
Oh, did you?
DAEO.
Oh, okay. One A. No, two A's. Two
that one.
A's. I can't spell it either.
So, but yeah, that's the big key because a lot of times if you type it in wrong, you won't find nothing.
We were
So,
told you can type in TNT Ignite
right.
and it pull up too, which that's amazing because apparently we're in YouTube's algorithm now. So it's picking us up. So that's pretty awesome.
Yep.
Pretty awesome. So drop in the comments that Brett needs to come back. I had so many people um, comment on how much they enjoyed your first Wow Wednesday. You're
Well,
the one that kicked off Wow Wednesday.
unfortunately, I've got dishes to do. So.
Well, not this Wednesday, but yeah, hit like, share, subscribe, all of that. I didn't realize how important it was, but guys, this is you. This is you. Thank you so much.